Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Ohe Vaishnava Thakura Dayar Sagara Edase Karuna Kare Vaishnava Thakura Dayar Sagara Edase Karuna Hare Krishna, over to Ramanand Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thanks for starting the session with a wonderful kirtan, ecstatic, setting the mood as usual to hear from a great Vaishnava. We are all fortunate to have great Vaishnava Thakura, His Grace Vaikundapati Prabhu with us to show his mercy upon all of us. Bharat Prabhu, your audio is not working, I think. Wanted Bharat Prabhu to introduce.
Everything is working. Give me a second.
No, Bharat Prabhu's audio is. I wanted Bharat Prabhu to. Achha, you are with Bharat Prabhu?
No, I'm not with Bharat Prabhu.
Yes, I wanted Bharat Prabhu to introduce.
Bharat R is there.
Yeah, his audio is not activated. So, since Bharat Prabhu's audio is not working, meanwhile, may I request His Grace Radhapati Shamdas Prabhu to please welcome Vaikundapati Prabhu on behalf of all the members, and it's to introduce to us. It's a great honor to have Prabhu with us. Radhapati Prabhu?
Radhapati Shyam Prabhu or Krishna Prabhu?
Radhapati Shyam Prabhu, yes, brother. I was asking about you.
I think Bharatagrath Prabhu is connecting audio.
Yeah, he's trying for some time. I think there is some issue.
Hare Krishna, I welcome you all today. It is very great fortune for all of us because His Grace Vaikundapati Prabhu is going to give us a great topic that is about preaching. Actually, I wanted to tell Prabhu is a natural preacher, and Prabhu's presence will preach everyone to become Krishna conscious. That is the greatness of His Grace Vaikundapati Prabhu. And he initially, like Srila Prabhupada, started ISKCON Society. That's what Prabhupada mentioned in Upadesa Amrita, that it was Dadati Pratigranati in the purport. He has handed single-handedly and he has made this society like that. His Grace Vaikundapati Prabhu started the movement in Krishna Katha days. And what we see at the moment is the results of his efforts and dedication towards Srila Prabhupada mission. And Prabhu is by profession is a chartered accountant, and Prabhu is leading the leading positions in Krishna Katha days in companies, but he left for his mother in the pursuit of taking care of his family members. He went back to India, and he has been a guiding force for Krishna Katha's success. Whatever Krishna Katha has seen the success, that is because of his guidance, and it is because of his seed he has planted the way back. So we request and we welcome him, saying 3 times Haribol, and I also thank Ramanand Kane Prabhu for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much. We say welcome Prabhu by saying 3 times Haribol, Haribol,
Haribol, Haribol, Haribol, Haribol.
So it is a really, as Prabhu has mentioned, it's a great fortune for all of us. Prabhu is a founder acharya for Krishna Katha Desh. Not at all. I have no any reservations to tell Prabhu or glorify Prabhu as a founder acharya of Krishna Katha, because it is purely Prabhu's mercy that we are all, most of us in this forum are in this movement. Just Prabhu's mercy, as Radhavati Prabhu has rightly mentioned. He has went through so many hurdles, so many issues. We can't even Prabhu is trying to document all those things in the form of a book very soon. We're going to have Prabhu's experiences.
And also Prabhu has a great desire, and we have to 30 years of Krishna Katha this anniversary.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhu. So we welcome Prabhuji, Vakadupati Prabhu, on behalf of Chaitanya Charitamrita study group members, Krishna Katha Desh devotees and Mathura Desh devotees, and few devotees from India and other places. We welcome you to please bestow your mercy upon all of us, so that we because Prabhu always, when he say Vakadupati Prabhu, I always remember one thing: back to basics. So the Prabhu is very famous in because unless preachers or the devotees, as we advance Krishna consciousness, we are not sticking to the roots of the basic requirements of Krishna consciousness. We tend to neglect and fall down. So Prabhu is very famous for that. Prabhuji, permission, we are on YouTube live. We request your grace to bestow your mercy upon us. Over to you, Prabhu.
Okay. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Yashodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yashodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Pataka Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai.
I think Bharat Prabhu is back. I think his audio is working. Prabhu can just say a few words before it starts. Bharat Prabhu, can you on your video and audio?
He has to unmute.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu. Audible, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, for the past few minutes, my audio was muted, you know.
Yeah, Prabhu, we could not hear. Now we are able to hear, Prabhu.
Yeah, nice to see His Grace Vaikunthapati Prabhu among midst of KKD devotees. It's a great occasion. Thanks for the overwhelming response from the yatra. So somebody has spoken about Prabhu's glory or not yet?
Radhapati Shyamdas Prabhu has introduced him. You can add
Yeah.
few words, Prabhu, because Prabhu's glories are unlimited. Like Adishesh is trying to glorify Lord, Supreme Lord. So the same thing applies for Prabhu also. Far as you are our Shiksha Guru, you have that qualities. Prabhu, Bharat, few words you can add and Prabhu can
Very
take
few words only. My Shiksha Guru and many people's Shiksha Guru is His Grace Vaikunthapati Prabhu. And he is not the founder of KKD, he is the foundation of KKD. Because today the building is standing so tall, it is because of foundation laid by Prabhu, and many occasions, you people may not be knowing, with the presence of mind, he has saved the yatra. I mean, I cannot disclose it in the open session. And behind Prabhu's success is Mataji, undoubtedly. Mataji, 3 years into KKD, we were not even sheltered or initiated. The kind of service Mataji gave in the kitchen to Guru Maharaj is something unbelievable. You must have, you must see that to, understand. So much of dedication Mataji had, and she has also trained beside, in front of the screen, Prabhu is guiding us, and behind the scene is Mataji was guiding us. So many things, because Prabhu is a person, I'm not blaming him, or it's a difficult approach, but Mataji is easily approachable. Many of the things we are taking a clue from Mataji only. Mataji was a guiding force for many of us in KKD, and Mataji, Prabhu is an excellent preacher, undoubtedly, and he has guided even materially, so to say. His material experience also made us made inroads into materialism, like because of his advice, we have become all managers and everything. And today in Chennai, whenever meticulously I arrange anything, I attribute the well-disciplined, well-charted programming of everything. So I am following his footsteps, and everybody is appreciating. I offer all these glories to my Shiksha Guru Vaikunthapati Prabhu. Today I am standing tall. It is because of Prabhu's spiritual and material guidance, undoubtedly. That is, both are given by Prabhu. So let us start the class. I think I can speak and go on, speak, but people are waiting for his class. So we'll hand over the mic to His Grace Vaikunthapati Prabhu, and let us listen to him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much for speaking about Prabhu. Vaikunth Prabhu, for you now. Please go from you.
Yeah. So, glorification. If we apply the same glorification to Krishna, where will we ask? So both Radhapati Shyamdas Prabhu and Bharat Prabhu have been very, very generous in their glorification. Anyway, so we'll start the class here, because one of the people are able to hear me.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Request all others to please mute yourself and keep a video on if possible, so that Prabhu can address in person to all of us.
So this is actually today's topic is a very, very interesting topic, really. The art of preaching. In fact, I had given a suggestion to Prabhu how not to preach. That would have been a very catchy slogan, like how not to preach. Because I came across one Prabhupada's video. The title of the video is How to Waste Time in this world, how to waste time. So these are all very catchy titles. So, but anyway, Prabhu suggested that it should be art of preaching. And as a sevak, I simply follow whatever Prabhu has decided, Ramananda Kanai Prabhu has decided to do it. So at the outset, let me thank you, Prabhu, for inviting me for this program. And I also see a lot of preachers. Veterans are sitting here like Radhapati Shyamdas, Bharat Prabhu, Balram. I saw Brajeshwar Prabhu's name also somewhere. Then I saw Radhapati Krishnadas Prabhu. And I can't see everybody on the screen. So before these veterans, I'm going to talk. So let me hope that I pray to Krishna that he gives me sufficient ability and presence of mind to talk right things at the right moment. This program has to be a very interactive program, okay? Not a monologue. This will make sense only if we are interactive and if we are able to communicate with each other and come out with our own points and then discuss. Then only it becomes interactive. Okay, that is it. Prabhu, I would also like to share the screen, if it is okay.
Yes, Prabhu, you are co-host. You can, you have permission.
Okay, all right. Just give me a minute. Let me see whether my slides have come. No, it has not. Okay. Okay, so I'll start the program. It has to be interactive, and everybody, I would request everyone to keep their videos open, not closed. Okay. And I'm getting into the gallery mode so that I can see everybody's face also while talking. Can everybody open your videos, please? So that, it becomes really interesting to talk. Yeah, okay. Hare Krishna. So the topic today is, I can share the screen, no, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. As a co-host, you can share the screen.
Yeah. Oh, it's not going up.
We can see word file, Prabhu.
Okay, you were able to see the word file?
Yes, Prabhu. You can see the word file.
Okay. So let us see what is preaching. So yeah, I don't have this 1 minute. Huh? Just give me a minute to make some adjustments also here. So now let us see preaching. What is your understanding of preaching? Let's get into that. What is your understanding of preaching? Some people can talk about it, please.
You wanted us to read, Prabhu?
Yeah. No, I don't want you to read. I want you to talk. I'm just trying to get all of you into talking. So what is preaching? You're not able to see my screen, no? Anyway.
Yes, Prabhu. We can see, Prabhu.
You're able to see? No. What I mean is what I've written, the Word document, you're not able to see, na?
Yeah, word document is there, Prabhu. We can see.
Okay. Foolish. Okay, all right. Okay. Then, so what is preaching? What is Prabhupada's definition of preaching? Read it out. If you can read it.
Preaching means, as per Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Yare Teva. So just deliver the Krishna as it is.
I can't hear properly. What are you saying? Who is talking? Sri Ram Prabhu is talking?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
As Yare Kaho, Tare Kaho, Krishna Upadesh. So it's like you give Krishna information as it is to other devotees.
Correct.
Without
Yeah. Yes, right. Any other understanding? Yes, Bir Krishna Das Prabhu. Yeah.
Yeah. So preaching means what Krishna has said and Guru Parampara has said. We are teaching, we are telling the same thing to others, and at the same time we are also practicing.
Excellent. Very good definition. Correct. Anybody else?
Krishna.
And talk. I don't have to comment. Please feel free to talk. Yes, Balram.
Krishna. Preaching means there are many reasons we can say, a lot of things we can say for preaching. So about Krishna, everything is preaching. Whatever we are talking about Krishna, this everything preaching. So especially now we are preaching about Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the preaching subject of our now what we are doing.
Yes. Prabhupada has talked about this also. Yes, correct. You are right. Anything else? Anybody else?
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yes, preaching as it is.
Please, can you please open your video, please?
Prabhuji, I came from night shift. That's why my video I kept in off condition. I'm
Okay, all right.
So as it is what the Prabhupada ji had translated the books. So accordingly that only, not as per our wish we are telling to the others. That is also preaching. Hare Krishna.
Correct. So a few definitions we have got on preaching. So let us see what Prabhupada has talked about preaching in many places. Okay, can someone read it out?
What is preaching? Srila Prabhupada Leela 1.18. The first purpose mentioned in the charter was propagation. Preaching was the word Prabhupada most often used. For him, preaching had a much broader significance than mere sermonizing. Preaching meant glorious, selfless, adventurous on behalf of the Supreme Lord. Lord Krishna had preached the Bhagavad Gita while standing with Arjuna in his chariot on the battlefield. When someone is preaching and another person is helping him, that is also preaching.
This is a point also we should understand, not everybody can be a preacher. Some people are very good preachers, some are not preachers, but they stand together and help the one who is preaching. So Prabhupada says even he is a preacher because he is helping. And the next point he is saying, Andravan, Prabhupada, what this is preaching? What is this preaching he is talking here? Second one, morning walk. To read, please.
Morning walk. Prabhupada. Yes, this is preaching. This is preaching. You help, suppose you are preaching, and if I help you, just like I am preaching, you are helping. You are also preaching.
Yes. Yeah. And next one, somebody else who has not read so, who is this KKD Bhaktanatha Mukunda Desa. Can you please read out, Prabhu? What is the next one?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Is the
Hare
morning
Krishna.
walk? Yeah. The Prabhupada, this is also the preaching. So it is not that the preaching means simply talking. The preaching means everything. The construction is also preaching. The designing also preaching. Otherwise, what is the use of spending so much money if it is not preaching?
This is one question that comes up many times. Many people ask, why people are spending money on the temples? Have you come across this type of question? What is the necessity to spend so much? Is it necessary that the Lord is asking for such a big place to stay and all these things? People ask all such questions also. But actually, when the temples are built, many more people come into the temple to see how the temple is. Where I'm staying nearby, I'm staying in Bombay, and nearby I got this Kargar temple. They are spending 150 crores on this temple. Almost all they are spent. In another 6 months' time, they are planning to open it. Now here, the temple is massive in Kargar. This is in New Bombay. And here, earlier days, nobody used to come. Hardly anybody used to come. Now that the temple is coming up big and big, you don't have a place to stand inside the temple, in the main hall where the Aarti is taking place. It has become full so much. Even Mangalarti people have started coming there. So when they come there, they sit, they listen to the programs, they listen to Bhagavatam, they listen to Bhagavad Gita, all these things, and gradually people start taking up practicing Krishna consciousness without anybody telling them that you should do it. So what is this preaching? It's a very silent preaching. In fact, nobody knows what is going on, but that change is taking place inside their heart, and they are able to feel that. And so that's what he said. Next one he says, in conversation room in Los Angeles, somebody else can read it who has not read so far. Yes,
Hare
Shivkumar,
Krishna.
read that. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Conversation with the GBC, May 25, 1972, Los Angeles. Actually, that is the position. So we must preach in that way, by our literature, by our magazine, by our books, by our speech, but by argument, by words, by our methods, by our preaching, we have to convince.
This is a tough part. Is it not? For many people, this is a tough part, to convince others. we are fortunate enough if we are not convinced to go on the material side when we are talking to normal people, because many times what happens is we start preaching to them and gradually find that instead of getting more and more into Krishna consciousness, we also see people leaving Krishna consciousness and going on the material activities also. All these things also happen. So these are the different places where where Prabhupada has talked about preaching, and there you find that, what do you call that? So you find that he's speaking more, he has talked about preaching in many places, and he has given different types of definitions for all these things. Now let us get into what it is like. What is your preaching active? What is your objective in preaching? Now, this is something which is very, what do you call that? The objective can vary from individual to individual. So again, some people, what is your objective in preaching?
To engage them others into Krishna's service.
To engage others into Krishna's service, okay.
Including ourselves.
Yes, okay. To engage others in Krishna's service. And why would you do that? What is the objective of engaging others in Krishna's service?
Prabhu, we have experienced some benefits or some betterment in our life, and we would like to share with others so that they can also experience with whatever we have gone through.
So what type of betterment you are talking of?
Betterment we are talking of is the improvement in conscious level, or the way of thinking and the devotion and the practical changes that is happening in our day-to-day life.
Okay.
It's the purification of our consciousness.
Yeah. Okay. Purification of your consciousness, but okay. All right. So that you are experiencing and you want to share it with others, right? That's what you are saying. Purification of your consciousness. Prabhu, you are given just 1 hour, Prabhu, but this class, I don't think it will get over in 1 hour. This is a one-day class, one-day program. Anyway, I will try to do whatever best I can. So otherwise we'll continue in the next class. That's all, So, so you are saying purification in consciousness, but you will also come across people who say, I'm already purified in my consciousness. I don't think that there is anything wrong with me. I'm a nice person. I don't have any bad thoughts. All these things also people say. So that is one thing, but what you have said is right. What else?
To spread the love of Godhead.
To spread the, love of Godhead. Objective, yes. Why? Why do you want to spread the love of Godhead? You are right, Mataji, you are right. But you have to expand it a bit more.
Instead of loving God, we are loving so many people, society, everything. But we lack of loving God.
So why would you want to spread the love of God here? That's the point.
Prabhuji, this is our original Swarup. And in our
dharma.
Constitutional position.
Original dharma. He said, Prabhu is saying our original dharma. So what is the dharma?
To re-establish the lost relationship with the Lord. That part and parcel, Jiver Swarupa Krishna Nitya Darshan.
Let others also, are there others also? Others, let us start calling out names. Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhakti Radokshaje Ahaituki Aprati Hataya Atma Suprasidati. There is a verse like this, is it not? In 1.2.6, it says that. What is the meaning of this verse? The original constitutional position of the individual soul, or the dharma, or the duty of the individual soul is to serve the Supreme Lord. Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Adokshaje. To serve the Supreme Lord. How to serve him? Serve him Ahaituki Apratihata. That is, without any motivation and without any interruption, we have to keep on serving you. So that is one thing. Any other point? What is the other objective could be? I mean, your objective, I'm not talking of general objective. Why you are also preaching. So if you are preaching, what is your objective behind the preaching? That's what I'm asking.
To please Guru and Srila Prabhupada.
Great, yes. To preach, yes, correct. To preach, to
become humble.
to please Guru and that Prabhu, what is his Prabhu? Sachiputra Gauranga Das, right? You said this. So please Guru, Prabhupada, and we'll also add Krishna there. Okay, so add also Krishna. So Krishna is talking about this somewhere. So if you please Guru, Prabhupada, and Krishna, then what happens?
You'll become very dear to Krishna. That's what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter.
Correct. Who's speaking? I'm not able to. Huh?
Ramananda
Prabhu is talking. Okay, all right. So if you are, by doing that, you become dear to Krishna. So what is that text coming in Bhagavad Gita on this?
18th chapter.
Yes, 18th chapter. Correct. You have got the Bhagavad Gita book before you, all of you. In case you have it, you can open it and see. 18.6.
Sarvadharma Parityajya.
No, wrong. 18.69.
न च तस्मान् मनुष्येषु कश्चिन् मे प्रियकृतः पविदा न च मे तस्मात् अन्य प्रियतरो भुविः.
Yeah, what is the translation for that?
അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഒരു ഭക്തനേക്കാൾ എനിക്ക് പ്രിയങ്കരനായിട്ട് ഈ ലോകത്തിൽ മറ്റാരുമില്ല, ഇനി ഒരിക്കലും ഉണ്ടാവുകയുമില്ല. Nobody is dear to me in this world other than such a person who is preaching.
So he says that if someone is preaching my glories, he is very, very dear to me. See, Krishna is telling this in 18th chapter. So if we can become dear to Krishna, there is nothing like that. Is it not? In the material world, we try to become closer to really powerful people or influential people in the society, etc. Now, the most influential person or the most powerful person or the most knowledgeable person is Supreme Lord himself. So if I can come closer to Krishna, what more do I want? So that's why it is being said, so to genuinely teach people Krishna's teachings, and then I'm not able to see my screen. Sorry, problem. Yeah, to genuinely teach people Krishna's teachings and thereby the purpose of life. Savai Pumsam, that is one thing. Second is to become dear to Krishna and Guru, what all of you said. So this is the text 69. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear than he who is in the process of preaching this Bhagavad Gita. Now the third one also is, many times we do not know what Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam is. And the best way probably for us to learn would be through preaching. Because if you want to sit and start preaching, then what happens is you have to learn that. And this is the only way sometimes people learn. And the best example I can give is of myself, actually, because I had absolutely no knowledge on Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam when I started my Krishna consciousness, when I started this yatra in Krishna Katha Desh. But then what happened was that because I've been asked to sit on the Vyasasana and talk, what will I talk if I don't know anything? So I was forced to read every day. So I was forcing myself and said that let me read what it is like. And I started reading, and that's how I learned Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. That is another thing. Now coming to the fourth one. Now here you see, to gain respect in devotees community, sense of achievement, this is also there. You know, some people want to do it because they want to feel that they want to be recognized by the society. In whatever society, you are a very great preacher, very good preacher. So sometimes it happens, no? After the class is over, some people come and say, "Hey, Prabhu, wonderful class you gave. And it was really so nice." People do that, right? Is it not? So and then at that time,
this feeling is a kind of a sense gratification, right?
Correct. The sense gratification is there, and people feel feel very happy when somebody is praising us. In fact, when this program was beginning, I heard Prabhu singing that Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya. There's a song, no? He was singing. I don't.
Vaishnava Thakur.
Oh, Vaishnava Thakura. He was singing that. Actually, Prabhu has got a wonderful voice and he was singing really well. I wanted to appreciate that in the beginning of the program itself. Like that, there are also some people who give very good classes, very good preachers are there. And when they preach, what happens? People really appreciate and they get that sense of achievement, sense of happiness. Like Prabhu said, yes, it's a in a way, it is some sort of sense gratification. But it doesn't matter in the beginning, till the time the Prabhu reaches a higher stage of understanding, whereby he won't feel that type of sense of gratification. When you keep on hearing it regularly, then you don't feel anything in that. You become immune to it after some time. So you don't mind it, and even if
what happens if you are not hearing, then is a problem sometimes. I think I gave class so well, but why no one is appreciating that? That is a problem also comes.
Yes.
Because we got addicted to hear.
Yeah. And we look forward to people telling us, please appreciate. Yes, that is there. I've seen these things happening also. And it is very common, but doesn't matter. That is in the beginning stages, Later on, as you progress in Krishna consciousness, you will get used to it. You won't mind that. Then there's also another objective also is that some people have got very subtle, not visible, and that is to become popular in the society. Like you have got Gaur Gopal Das videos. You have got what is it? Delhi Amol
Amok Leela.
Amok Leela Prabhu. Very funny and very interesting, very jovially he talks. That is nice. Then Amarendra Prabhu is there. His videos are very popular. Radhesham Prabhu, his videos are very popular.
Gauranga Prabhu.
Huh?
Gauranga
Prabhu. Or you have got Bhakti Vinod Swami Maharaj. All these people, they have got very popular. Their videos are all very nice and, really very inspiring. And seeing that sometimes people also get this feeling in their heart, I should also become a popular person like this by preaching. I also should have so much of following. Outwardly, we will not accept it, but inwardly it can be there.
Your voice is breaking in between.
Can you hear me now?
It is okay.
It is okay.
It's okay, Prabhu.
Then maybe something is wrong with your net.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that outwardly, I don't want to show it out, but inwardly, these desires can be there. Am I right or wrong on this? It's very difficult for anyone to say yes also.
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhuji, because we have the Krishna's qualities. So Krishna also, when he is glorified, he because every devotee glorifies him. So as we have the qualities of Krishna, so we will also get happy by that.
Yes, we also get influenced by that. And this is also one of the objectives some people can have. But like Prabhu rightly pointed out, the fourth and the fifth, to gain respect in devotees community and to become popular, this is more on the materialistic side. After all, we have got both spiritual desires and material desires. So it will be there in the beginning. All these things are there. But then gradually, we'll have to, as we keep on doing more and more of devotional service and more, we get into that more purificatory mode. When we pray sincerely to Krishna, asking us to be purified, gradually, these types of desires will disappear from our mind. And our objective will not be this, but then our objective will be to the first and the third only. That is, the first is what? To genuinely teach people Krishna's teachings, and thereby, and that is the genuinely teach Krishna's teachings, and thereby the purpose of life that we try to show that. And then afterwards, the third one, to become dear to Krishna and Guru. So this becomes our objective, and then we start doing. So this is what has been told here. And then next, let's go into the next point from here. Now, what are the challenges that we face in preaching? So I've divided these challenges into two parts. One is a pre-preaching challenges and challenges in preaching activity. Okay. So when it comes to pre-preaching challenges, anyway, before I get into that, okay, you can't see the screen, right, Prabhu? That screen? Okay, all right.
You can see, Prabhu.
You can see that pre-preaching.
The word file. No, the word file is only 5 points is there to become
Yeah,
popular.
no, I'm not putting up. I've also learned how to handle this. No, I'm not putting up. Now you people have to tell what are the types of challenges that you face in preaching.
Nobody is interested to hear Krishna Katha.
Yeah, yes. Correct. People are not interested in hearing Krishna Katha. They want to hear other things. There's a big challenge. Correct.
Coming and going, not consistently coming.
Not consistently coming. Absolutely right. Correct. Anything else? Arey, where are others? Then, Vardhan, quiet. I can't hear you. You are muted, Prabhu. You are muted. You are muted. Unmute.
I always tell my people when my Shiksha Guru speaks, I don't interfere. I only listen to him. I always tell them.
But when Shiksha Guru asks us to speak, then
No, when you but that is the respect normally. Sometimes I'll take a minute because there was a Prabhu in KKD. Whenever somebody is giving the class, he will in between butt in and gives his opinion. I told him, why don't you sit in the Vyasasana and give the lecture? He said, no, Prabhu, I cannot give that. So I said that when a person is sitting in the Vyasasana, no, he is asking. When Prabhu is asking, he can give. But I follow this sort of discipline when my Shiksha Guru, Vaikunthapati Prabhu or Radha Jivandas Prabhu talk. I wait till the finish the class. That is my
Okay,
nature.
now I'm asking you, Prabhu, give me something.
Prabhuji, what knowledge I could give, and when people are giving nice opinions, I just listen. It is better that way,
Okay, okay. Jayavraja Prabhu, do you have anything to say?
Yes. Hari Prabhuji. Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Challenges in preaching, anything you want to contribute? Yes. Okay. And
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
yeah, please.
Yeah, Prabhuji, feeling that. Prabhuji, feeling that wanted to tell to someone, but I'm feeling that he is too much entangled in the material world. Then where is the time to listen by him to me? So that's why I'm thinking that no need to tell to him like this.
Okay. Then anybody else?
One of challenges which I face, I'm not generalizing things, is that as a preacher, sometimes when I tell the audience that surrender to Krishna, but sometimes I feel that even I myself I'm not fully surrendered. Because last so many years, to Krishna consciousness, still I don't see the transformation happening. So I feel challenged that when I myself am not transformed, what is it I'm going to tell others? So it's the biggest challenge always I face.
That's true. That's true. That happens. Sometimes you go and tell this surrender, and we ourselves know that we are not surrendered. Nobody is we are not even close to surrender. Forget surrender. Not even anywhere closer, not even in the first step. Okay, so let us get into the challenges in preaching. I've got almost about 16 points I've written, what I can think of. Maybe people can add more today. For me.
But Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
I would like to tell Ramananda Kanayadas Prabhuji told in that. But the points, the benefits, what we got it till now, those are the very, 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 so many benefits we got it. So that's we wanted to give to others. Based on that, we are trying to give this Krishna to others. But as I told you, because of materially they are more entangled, cannot able to give. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's it. So now coming to challenges, I've written a few challenges here. One is many people time when you go out to talk to her, I already know Bhagavad Gita. What are you teaching? Especially this is a big problem with our Indian community. Hindus, they think that they already know Bhagavad Gita. There's nothing to learn. So that is one thing. Actually, they know nothing, but still they feel that they already know. Prabhu said they are busy with their material activities, no time, busy with my office, family, friends, etc. So I don't have time for all these things. Then the third one is also coming. We are still not retired. You are telling us now itself, we are still have a lot of time. We are not even 50, 60. Before that itself, you want us to learn Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and all these things? No, it's too early for us. Prabhupada faced this problem, Prabhupada, when he was trying to preach in Western Europe, in US, young boys, Indian boys also came, and their parents came there. The father came, and father said that, "Why my son is only 18 years old? Is this the age to learn all these things?" Then Prabhupada asked, "What is the age to learn?" He said, "At least you should be retired. You should be at least 60 years old." Then Prabhupada asked him, "What is your age?" He said, "I'm 60 years old." Then he said, "Okay, let your son go. You come and sit here." "No, I will also not come. I will also not come. I will not allow my son also." That's the way it is. So people say that we are not still retired. We are not reached 60 years. It's not our time to preach, to learn and these things. Learn Bhagavad Gita. But what you don't do in your younger days, you will not be able to do even in your older days. That's why Prahlad Maharaj said that if you want to, the right age to get into Krishna consciousness is when you are 5 years old or 6 years old. There's a saying in Tamil, Anjala Valayadadu, Ambadala Valayadu. Prabhu is a Tamil Pandit, so he can vouch what I'm talking about it. That what you have not learned in the age of 50, you will not be able to learn in the age of 50 also. So he says. Then this is something again, another one, We'll say, "I'm coming," but they will never turn up. Has anyone faced this situation here? People will say, "I'm coming, Prabhu, I will join, but then you will never come. The program has started, but still they will not be present." Has anyone faced this situation or no?
Yes, we always face.
Is that right? So, okay, right. All right. And Andhar is feeling very embarrassed about my house being too small. How will I call people? All these things also. These are some pictures. These are all minor ones which can be overcome. Then afterwards, coming to, okay, I called the people. I want to do it. I got people known to me. I have to start. I'm not knowledgeable. So how do I? So I'm not preaching. How do I preach now? Like Prabhu said, no, that I think Birdas Prabhu only said that. Is it? Somebody said that, I do not know the subject matter, so I cannot preach. Somebody said that sometime. I was saying. So, I'm not getting that confidence to preach because I feel I'm not knowledgeable at all. I don't have that full knowledge. This also becomes people. Anyone facing this problem? I'm not knowledgeable, so I'm not confident of preaching.
Definitely, Prabhuji. We are facing this problem. Not confident that come in front of us.
Okay, all right. So that's there. And then afterwards, some questions from attendees putting the preacher in a spot. Who all have faced this problem? Tough questions are being asked. And it becomes difficult to answer those questions. Are you facing this type of problem? Or have you faced this type of problem? Then, in case of one or two attendees talk frivolous matters or crack silly jokes, distracting everybody else. Do you find this in your Bhakti Vriksha or in your group, wherever you are preaching? This type of problem? Then some people are very, very irregular in attending also. They don't come. You keep on calling them. They never come. Then some upstarts try to find a fault with the preacher, upsetting the preaching program itself completely.
Prabhu, we have to also approach through new ways. That is what I feel, because 14 years I am doing lighting the lamps in Damodar month, and nobody is chanting. I found out this. So for that benefit, they call me to light the lamp. My son is getting married, my daughter is getting married, I bought a new house. So I said, from this year onwards, I made it a point. If you chant only 108 Hare Krishna mantra, I will come to light the lamp. Last time it was 300 people called me. This time only 100 people called me. It's okay for me. 1/3 itself, because Guru Maharaj says even 1% become Krishna conscious is a great success. So and asked Chennai temple, lit 5 lakh diyas. How many people started chanting Hare Krishna mantra? They said they got no information. So let us also change the tactics sometimes, so that sometimes forcibly you have to bring them to Krishna. This is what I feel actually.
Yeah, correct. You are right. That is also happening that one. Then this is one thing. When an attendee asks question, another person who has attended the program will start more number of classes. He will start answering those questions. Sometimes putting down the other person or discouraging people from asking questions. Anyone has come across this type of problem? Anybody is come across this type of problem where somebody is asking a question and then you find that it is somebody else who has attended the program for a longer time. He starts answering that question, and sometimes he discourages the other person from asking questions also. This is another type of problem that comes across. Sometimes you also have got these neighbors' objections, especially people who are staying in the Gulf. If your neighbor is an atheist, or he is not interested in these types of activities, then really he can raise objections and he can complain to the police also. I don't know how many of you face this type of problem also. I know of one case in Muscat itself, where when once the program was going on, one of the neighbors called the police. Oh, it has happened to me also. It has happened to me also in the villa where I was staying. My neighbor lodged a complaint with the police, and he wanted the police to come and close down the program and arrest me. He was trying to do all those things. But fortunately, there are other Arabs who were supportive of me, and they saved me from that situation. Our impatience with the slow progress of devotees. Anybody would like to share their experience on this? Our impatience with the slow progress of devotees?
It is very practical, because we see many members who are attending Bhakti Vriksha. So what happens? They attend the 64 weeks. Next time when we start Bhakti Vriksha, again they'll join again Bhakti Vriksha. They continue to attend. So where the chanting levels are very, very like 1 round, 2 round, even after 2 year, 3 year, 4 year. We don't see any progress. So we get kind of discouraged and frustrated. It happens. It happened in.
We get frustrated, right? So we become really impatient with the slow progress of devotees. We ask them what it is and all those things. You won't get any proper answer from them. They are very.
Prabhu?
That happens.
Prabhu, can I add something?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, what happens, sometimes it becomes so impatient. People are so many years, they come to the class. They don't have the courtesy, Prabhu. Just I'll say a word, I'm using the word courtesy, that I will prepare some prasadam and just offer to Lord. They don't have that courtesy also, Prabhu. 2 years, 3 years, they will come. They'll come. They will be in the class. At that time, it becomes so impatient, Prabhu. How to tell them, Prabhu? This is another challenge, actually, big challenge. They think that it's a free restaurant. It's a free restaurant. Let's go ahead and take prasadam. That's it.
Yes. I've written that point also. Where is that? Some people leave at, I have written on the slide, I've written that. Some people leave after, okay. So they think it's a free restaurant. You're absolutely right. What is your name, Prabhu? JJD means what?
Prabhuji, we met Jagannath Jagdishwar Prabhu.
Jagannath Jagdish. Yes, okay, all right.
With the permission of Prabhu, I will add one thing, because 6 months I didn't chant even one round in Prabhu's house. Prabhu will say, Mataji and Prabhu will say, chant. I will say, can't. After 6 months only, I started chanting. Luckily, by Lord's mercy. Like you said, 3 years, 4 years, when they are not even chanting 1 or 2 rounds, it is really frustrating, Prabhu. But what can we really do? I don't know. Prabhu should answer.
So, yeah, you come across such things, such cases. These are all very practical problems we face in life. And some people leave after attending a few classes, do not answer calls or avoid us. Have you come across such cases? Anybody's experience? I would appreciate if there is more participation.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sometimes I feel, so why should I waste time on someone who is, not, in spite of best efforts and a lot of efforts, he is not interested in doing chanting or in Krishna consciousness. Should I invest time on that person, or I can go to someone else?
True. Yes, that thoughts come in us also. And that is actually, that has got a demoralizing effect on us also, right, Prabhu? We also feel discouraged by such things. And what is the next thing to do, Abhi? Whatever I do, the plan is not changing. How much keep on following up with it? Then we ourselves get demoralized due to such poor response. Like all of you said, we really get demoralized. What is the next thing to do? That also happens. And to add things, sometimes our friends and relatives also try to pull us away from the movement. This also happens. So when I started my preaching activity, many people told me, Arey Baba, you are coming here to earn money. Don't get into all this preaching activity. You will be deported. I said, yes, possible. But I have to, because my guru has told me to do it, so I'm doing it. That's the only reason why I'm doing it. I was to tell them. Then I started receiving calls from India. Somebody came to India and told my family members that this is what your brother is doing there. So they said, what are you doing? We are aware that it's very key there to preach and to talk about it. You are not gone there for this purpose. Just go to office, earn the money and come back. That's the whole idea of you're going to Gulf. Don't do all this unnecessary activity. So you find out of these 16 points, what has been given here, what do you find is not, would you like to add anything more to it, or you think something is not correct in this?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandar Prabhuji. Prabhuji, want to add one more Prabhu here, that same, the 16 point, relative and friends, trying to pull some of the BV members, actually they are guiding. They are actually moving ahead, but they are pulling them also. Come for this one, don't go this class. Come, we have evening party, birthday party, or that one. That point also is happening, Prabhu, because most of the times we see in even the husband will come, the Mataji will not support. Some cases Mataji is interested, then husband will not support. That is also there, Prabhuji, one of the case.
Correct. So that's what I meant. When I say pull us away, I didn't mean only the preachers, but also the attendees, both of them, both the preacher, even the preacher faces that risk. Even the preacher also faces the risk, and the attendee also face the risk. So that also happens.
With the permission of my Shiksha Guru, I would like to add up one thing, because when Guru Maharaj, I asked him to instruct a faithful person about the glories of the holy name. Guru Maharaj told me, only thrice tell him, come for Krishna consciousness, come for Krishna, come for. Third time he's not listening, go to the other person. There are millions of people waiting to become Krishna conscious. The very practical solution Guru Maharaj gave me.
Absolutely correct. So what are the solutions that we are thinking of now on this? What are the solutions? We can think.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
More in the challenges which I have not put. Now, that also I would like to add here. That is the attraction to the opposite gender. There's a very, very big problem some of the preachers also face.
Huge problem, Prabhu. It is a huge problem.
Yeah. Attraction to the opposite gender. What happens is there is no intention of that, but it does happen that either the opposite gender is a preacher or the opposite gender is an attending the preaching activities. But this attraction, when it comes, the whole thing collapses. But that's a real challenge the preachers have. Now let's go into the next slide. So what is the solution for all these things? How do we handle all this problem? Prabhu, it's already we are 9 o'clock. What should I do?
Prabhu, if it is taking a very long time, then we can continue next week, Prabhu.
Yeah, it will take at least under about half an hour at least to take, because I try to squeeze in many things, but it will take at least.
We don't want you to condense things. We can extend for some more time, but we don't want you to compromise in giving the essence to us. So we can have one more session, but also we can extend for some more time also. No issue.
Yeah. So you tell me it will take at least about under, let me put it like it will take under 1 hour at least. With after doing this question answer session, interaction, all those things, at least 1 hour. That's what I said. This program is actually for a full day program. So we are trying to do it in 1 hour. It could be, we will not be able to do proper justice to it. So if you want, I don't mind coming next class and doing it. Or how do you want it? But then next class means the continuity is lost. Then there is a. Okay.
We can continue for some more time. We'll see where.
Yeah, I will continue for some more time. Then let us see. Okay, let us look into the solutions for this. As solution, the first thing is correcting ourselves and developing the right type of qualities. So the qualities of a preacher that we have to develop, and in the qualities of the preacher, here it comes, this qualities of preacher. Can somebody read out this shloka, please? Amanitvam, adambitvam. Somebody read it out, please. Can you see the screen?
Krishna. Amanitam, adambitvam, ahimsa chandirarjavam, acharopasanam, saucham,
Stairyam,
atma, vinigraha.
Yeah. So these are the qualities that a preacher has to develop. As a devotee, all of us have to develop this. Forget the preacher part. As a devotee, we have to develop this one. On this one, amanitvam, that means humility. Adambitvam, pridelessness. Ahimsa, non-violence. Non-violence means what? Not eating non-vegetarian. Is that non-violence? Or there is
not hurting others. Not hurting others.
Correct. Never be violent with your words. Never be violent with your tongue. So ahimsa, non-violence. Shanti, tolerance. Extremely required. Pranadapi shunichena tarorapi saishna. Arjavam, simplicity. Maybe preacher, maybe in a materially also may be in a very nice position, but still we have to maintain that simplicity. We have to make. Acharya upasanam. We have to approach a bona fide spiritual master and get his mercy. That is what will bring many of the other qualities also in us. Shaucham, cleanliness. Then comes stairyam, steadfastness. Atma vinigraha, self-control. How easy or difficult it is, all these qualities?
Everything is difficult to.
Nothing is.
But practically, you see, when I don't have any of this possess any of these qualities, so I feel it is difficult even after decades of Krishna consciousness.
You have to practice it. Being in the association of devotees, only in the association of devotees one can develop all these qualities, not otherwise. So we have to, but again, with what type of devotees we associate, that matters. Any type of devotee we associate, that will not help us. We have to really spot the right type of devotees who exhibit some of these qualities and move with them gradually. That will rub on us. Like humility, prideless. There are so many devotees in ISKCON who are so humble. Really very humble they are. And when you move with them, you really get overawed by that humility. Similarly, absolutely no pride. That you cannot, anyone who is humble, he will also not have pride. That becomes very easy. And some people, when they talk, you should see how carefully they talk. The words are measured and it comes out. All of you are traveling also to Mayapur, you are going to Vrindavan, you are going to different places. Even in the place wherever we both in Mathura Desh and Krishna Katha Desh, all these places, you will find. You also come across devotees who are not humble at all. There was one temple where somebody said something. Immediately after Mangalarti, the president got so angry that he started beating that person, physically. So you can just imagine, Mangalarti is just over and he's beating this person immediately. So this also happens sometimes. You get very dangerous type of persons also. So is it nice to associate with such persons? Can you make progress with them? You can never make progress with such persons, But you also come across some devotees, some great presidents, some Maharajas, all these people, where they are so humble. Like for example, we used to get the association of Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj. Most of you know Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj. He used to come to Krishna Katha Desh. We used to spend our time. So humble and so prideless. You can't believe it to how it's like. And it's not that he wants this, that, nothing. And you remember, he is a trustee of BBT. He is the one who has been, to whom a lot of responsibilities were given by Srila Prabhupada to take care of the BBT so much. He did that, but really very simple person, no pride in him, totally humble and totally dedicated to Srila Prabhupada. So this approaching a bona fide spiritual master, Acharya Upasanam, is very, very important for all of us. We all have got the Acharya, we all have got Guru. But we have to also ask ourselves, how much am I surrendered to my Guru? How much are we really surrendered to Guru? When the Guru comes, everybody is, wow. They'll come and behave like nothing. Guru is everything. That type also is there. But after the Guru has gone, there is a fight amongst the devotees, all these things, which I have seen really in some other yatras. When I was traveling with Guru Maharaj, I have seen that happening also. So that is not giving a good, in such situations, to progress in devotional service will be very difficult. So, and to develop the qualities of a preacher, it will not be possible. Shaucham, cleanliness, both physical, mental cleanliness, very important, So physically, we all keep ourselves clean, but we have to see how mentally the cleanliness comes. And how does that cleanliness come? Mental cleanliness? Anybody?
Association with devotees, pure devotees.
That is there, correct. Other methods?
Chanting Mahamantra.
Absolutely
Chanting.
correct. Yes.
Chanting is the main thing.
By thinking about the Lord's pastime.
Smaranam, very good, correct. That also brings you cleanliness then.
Achar Prachar, Prabhu.
Achar Prachar. That is kuch. Achar Vichar Prachar. Other, first is Vichar. Vichar, that is thinking. Achar, practice. Then preach. Which are Achar. Yes, somebody else is talking.
Prabhuji, introspection, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
We have to introspect ourselves.
Yeah. Introspection. That's correct. A lot of introspection has to be done by us. But it should not remain only with introspection. Huh? But the actions will have to be taken on that. And we have to see how we. So becoming conscious, Mataji. There's a point. Becoming conscious of my own areas of improvement that is required. That is important. We have to become conscious. Oh, these are the areas where I have to really make a progress. And I will have to work on that. That is also that. Steadfastness, that's what comes to steadfastness. Once you are doing that internal introspection, then you have to see how I correct myself by being really steadfast. And also Atma Vinigraha, self-control. Very, very important. Self-control. And Krishna is talking about that, is it not? The self-control, when you're bringing it, along with the self-control, what gets controlled? When you're trying to control your senses, all these things, Bhagavad Gita talks about it, right? When you're trying to control the different senses, the boss of the senses also gets controlled somewhere. And who is the boss of the senses?
Mind.
Absolutely, the mind. And if the mind is controlled, what is Krishna saying? If the mind is controlled, the mind is the best friend. Otherwise, the mind is the worst enemy. So he says, so this is there, called a preacher. Now let us look into the solutions. What is there? See, the different types of solutions here. Be friendly with neighbors and friends. Gain their confidence. So the trouble from the neighbors will be avoided. Identify like-minded or favorable or neutral people to whom you can preach. You get all types of people. So if the person is like-minded or he is favorable towards Krishna consciousness or he is neutral, preach to them. Then the person may be totally new. Invite them for a social meeting, for lunch or dinner, one-to-one basis, or sometimes you can call a group of devotees and you can do that. This comes in nectar of instruction, it comes. Nectar of devotion also comes. Both. And there is prepare for the class. Actually, this is a best example, prepare for the class. Once, when Guru Maharaj wanted to give a class, some person had come, somebody from the Indian embassy had come home to meet Guru Maharaj when he had been there. And when he came there, Guru Maharaj asked him, what would you like to hear from Bhagavad Gita? And he said, I would like to hear so-and-so subject matter. Guru Maharaj said, all right, come in the evening. I'm giving a Bhagavad Gita class. Come, he said. And before the class, Guru Maharaj was sitting and preparing himself for the class, So even great people, great preachers, they also do it. When Prabhupada used to read his own books to know what he has written, so that wherever he has to talk also, he will be able to do that. He used to do that. If you do not know the answer, then say we'll find out. Don't try to bluff through the answers, Better to accept that I do not know the answer and I will tell you in the next class. Then this is be patient with dealing with people in general. So this is something that introspection and afterwards trying to get into that, this particular quality of being patient with the general people. When we are working in the office or the society, we are moving out. When we are patient with everyone, naturally we also become patient with the devotees also. Encourage people by giving them some seva so that they feel involved. Be honest and straightforward. Never have any motive in preaching. The minute we have some motive in preaching, people will be able to see through. Just like we are able to see through others, others can also see through us. And be determined to please Guru Parampara and Krishna, to become dear to them. And finally, not final, before that, pre-final, simply depend upon Krishna and Guru to send sincere devotees. This is what Prabhupada did when he was in US. He prayed daily, oh Krishna, please send some sincere devotees to whom I can preach. And finally, read Srila Prabhupada's books. Regular reading of Prabhupada's books is very, very important. Prabhupada said also, simply read my books and repeat what I have written. Then your preaching will be perfect. He says that. So these are some of the solutions that I could think of. Any other solutions anybody can think of?
So this 11th hour is very practical. What happens is generally we read only before giving the class. So what you said is right. Regularly read. It's not for the class we are. What we fail every time. Oh,
Yes.
so class is there. So we start reading and taking a notes and then hearing lectures of all the different personalities and then compile, make a khichdi and then give. But when we when we read regularly, then everything is there. That is what it is happening.
Absolutely, you are right. What you are saying is perfect. Nowadays, you hear many lectures. The youngsters are coming to preach. What they do is they listen to about 4 or 5 lectures, pick up different points from different lectures, and then come here and talk it out. And those who are regularly listening to lectures or reading books, they can make out that this person has picked up this point from this place, and he has talked about. Nothing wrong in that, but still that is good because he is putting a lot of efforts to prepare. You see, so that is good. So he is giving a lot of information to people who are not prepared, who are not aware of all this. So that's also a good thing. So that's why Prabhupada says, read my books regularly and repeat what I have written. Then your preaching will be perfect. You don't have to manufacture anything of your own. You don't have to manufacture anything of your own. Everything is given by Prabhupada. Only thing is, we have to simply repeat like a parrot whatever Prabhupada has said. But with understanding, we have to repeat. Okay, so the solutions are given this. Then I'll go to the last slide now, Prabhu, and stop it here. And that is what we should avoid in preaching. What we should avoid. Let's see what to avoid. So one of the excuses given for not preaching is, I am not pure. I do not know the scriptures well, so I am not qualified to preach. You come across this type of problems? Many people say this. Is it not? So we should not think like that. I may not be very pure. I have not read the scriptures, but still we have to sit and we have to try to preach. That we have to do. Our job is to invite people for the program. Do not pester them to join. This is again what like Bhartavaraja Prabhu said. Invite them 2 times, 3 times you invite them. That's it. Afterwards, if they want to join, they will join. But don't be after them, Hey, come. You should come and all this thing. This also you would have come across. Many times people do that. And afterwards, they go and talk outside. Hey, this guy will always go on pestering us. He wants us to attend this program only.
Happens, Prabhu, when we are conducting Bhakti Vriksha, I observed this in Krishna Katha many times, that we call them one day before Bhakti Vriksha only. And we call them, just send the message before Bhakti Vriksha. So they know the timings. So this man will, every Friday is a program, so he'll call me on Thursday. He'll switch off the phone on Thursday. This is try to avoid. So this problem is because we are targeting only just for the sake of program. That relationship building is not happening. So just for the sake of program, we are calling. Prabhu, please come for tomorrow's program. So when the relationship is not built, that is a whole this one on which Bhakti Vriksha is built. So that is where we fail.
So that's what I had written in the previous one, where I said that invite them for a social meeting for lunch or dinner. The third point. Invite them for lunch or dinner on a one-to-one basis. Build up that relationship and be friendly with people. That helps them to do this. Okay, then next comes. Our job is to inform people about the truths spoken in Bhagavad Gita. Do not add or subtract of your own to make it impressive. That will never work. Again, we should know that. Sometimes we do that. Unknowingly, we do it. We want to impress others. We want to make them feel, hey, he's a very good preacher. They should get that feeling and they should come again. Never try to do that. Whatever is spoken in Be honest and straightforward and just talk whatever is told, what is truth is spoken in the Bhagavad Gita. That will help us. Then give people enough space and time to develop. Be patient. Do not monitor very closely. I had a problem, when I started this movement. Every day morning I will get a call. Prabhu, how many rounds did you chant today? Arey Babe, I've got so many things. Every day, at what time we got up? You didn't get up at 3 o'clock, 3:30? I will give you a call at 3:30 tomorrow. It was becoming, I used to wonder what it is. But I was enjoying it also, no doubt. Okay, 3:30 I will also get up. I used to try to get up at 3:30 and do all those things. But not necessary that everybody will be enjoying that. Some people go to sleep nowadays only at 3 o'clock in the morning. Then what do you do with such people? It's very common. There are people who are doing now. One Prabhu was saying that he has come from the night shift now. He has just joined this program, he said. A man who has worked all the night shift and he has come and early morning, he's just trying to go to sleep at 7 o'clock. And you give him a call at that time, we'll get irritated. So we should not pester people. Do not monitor so closely. Give them space and time. They will join. They will make movements. Not everybody is fast. Everybody has got their own pace at which they will go. Not all the, now we have got about 48 people are attending this program. Not everybody is on the same level. People are at different levels, different stages. So we have to give enough time and space for everyone to develop. That we have to do that. Then you can ask once in a way, don't ask every day. Once in a week or sometime we meet. And I understand in some places they got this record keeping, where they keep the record and they try to monitor how many rounds did you chant every day, at what time, whether you did Mangalarti or not. Have you come across something like this?
Nowadays, many people have started separate WhatsApp groups to monitor, track the chanting, what we are doing every day. Everyone has to post that in the group. Because in one way it is good to track, but as you said, for the new people, they may feel that people are monitoring and too much of bossism. That is for new people, but our intention is different. But new people tend to, because we have to feel when I was in that position, what I was feeling. Now become a Shiksha Guru, I become a so-called leader. So now I am a totally different perception. But when I was in that position, how I was feeling, so we have to step into their shoes and think. That's not happening.
Yeah, correct. That's important. Then only it'll be. And sometimes people come and join, and then they leave. And many times what happens is the preacher develops an ill feeling towards him also. I called him, he was coming. Now see, he's not coming. What is he doing? He's going out and doing it. They really develop that ill feeling towards the people who have left in between also. This is also very dangerous. That should not, that no ill feelings should come, even if people don't join or give up in between. You have to, it's actually by developing an ill feeling, we are working against us, in fact. Because as Krishna conscious devotees, we have to develop all good feelings towards everybody, not ill feelings. So we have to be very cautious of these things. If someone comes and doesn't continue or he leaves, doesn't matter. He will again come. Yes, at least started chanting. So that chanting will bring him back again. That type of assurance we should have, self-assurance we have. He may not join my movement. He may not join my class, but he may join somebody else's class. It doesn't matter. That is also another problem, is it not? He has attended this Bhakti Vriksha for some time. Afterwards, he is not happy here. He goes to join another Bhakti Vriksha somewhere else. Then sometimes the preacher there develops an ill feeling. He was coming here, now you see he has gone somewhere else. And next time when he sees him also, he doesn't even smile at him. That also happens sometimes. Such things should not happen. I'm quite sure these are all happening. It's not that it's not happening. Many people have come and told me also these are the things that's happening. All these things happen. Then some people just attend the program, but not to do any seva or any activity, but to attend, eat prasadam and leave. Like the other Prabhu, JJ Das Prabhu was saying this. Exactly. It's a free restaurant. Go and eat prasadam. There you get it. But doesn't matter. Let him come and eat the prasadam. Doesn't matter. That is also one of the ways of preaching, is it not? Prabhupada also did that. He said, people are coming and eating prasadam, doesn't matter, let him eat. You will progress like that, you will improve. So that is another thing. People do come only to eat prasadam and go. You stop prasadam, they will also stop. That's also there. They won't come if you are not serving prasadam. That's one. That's why Prabhupada said, never stop prasadam. Going on, keep on doing it. Do not sermonize. This is a big problem preachers face. To tell people how they should behave or what they should do to become a better person. After some time, some preachers get into this because others are listening to them. They try to take control of their life completely, and they start sermonizing them. There's a big difference between sermonizing and preaching. Preaching is simply telling what Krishna has taught, and sermonizing is advising them on how to become a better person. If he's following Krishna consciousness, automatically will become a better person, no? So no necessity to sermonize anybody. And finally, keep strictly to Krishna conscious activities. Do not get involved in personal matters of others. They try to control the devotees by even dictating and directing what they should do in their personal life. Never get to do any of these things. So Prabhu, with this I will stop here. Almost about 1.5 hours we have conducted this program. I'm sorry about it, but can't help it. So any comments? Anything anybody would like to add?
Oh, the topic itself is such that the two things here, the topic and the preacher, both are so effective that 1.5 hour, as you rightly said, this kind of a topic, one session is not enough. If you permit, if you allow, we'll continue this in next week to get more nectar from you on the same topic. We can have a kind of a brainstorming session to discuss, and I don't know, your availability also important.
Yeah, not a problem. Next week I got a class on Saturday morning. Next Saturday is full day. I got program. Until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. From morning till 3, I'm tied on next Saturday. So
week after, if you're free, then we can please now.
We can give a break and we can do that. Not a problem. We can do.
So 1 week we give break, and week after we
can continue. 1 week you give a break, and then the next week we can.
Prabhu, I have one question. Like Prabhu, for example, when we are organizing this kind of a program, like we are doing this Chaitanya Charitamrita study class for last more than 4 years now. So we started this initially. I was only one taking the class. Then I realized that I need to involve others. Everyone should be involved. So, because we have so many preachers in this group from different countries. Then we changed the whole pattern. Everybody started getting involved. But nowadays I feel that the two things are happening, Prabhu. As the time progresses, some of the regular preachers, either they don't attend the program or they don't take up the preaching. So they attend the program, they don't take up the preaching. They said, no, Prabhu, I'm happy to. But they're all regular preachers and very good preachers. How to motivate them to come forward? Because we are not discussing something cock and bull stories. We are talking about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and everything coming from Prabhupada's teachings, and how to make them understand that this preaching is. It doesn't mean that they're not preaching. They're preaching on different forums. But when it comes to this, here say that no, Prabhu, I'm happy to listen. I won't be able to preach, but I'm happy to listen. That is one thing is happening.
They are not willing to preach.
Shall I interrupt?
Yeah.
Prabhu told me one day, I don't want to mention the name, it will be very obvious. Prabhu asked one person, Prabhu, you will attend only, you will come to Dharmala only for your class and you will not attend any other class? He told me, Prabhu, from next time onward, don't give class to this Prabhu. If they are only regular attendee of other classes, then you should give a chance. Then from that time onwards, the fellow Prabhu also started attending the classes. So here in our this one, if anybody attends only 6 Bhagavad Gita classes, I'll give them chance to preach in Bhagavad Gita class. So you can also adopt that thing, like Prabhu has told me, don't give the class to him if he is not attending other classes. So this is a very good way of making them understand that their class only, not other classes also be to be listened to. This is a very valid point I took from Vaikuntapati Prabhu.
Thank you. Prabhu's, Ramananda Prabhu's question is slightly different. He says people are attending the class, but they are not willing to give the class. That's what he's saying. You know, they are willing to attend the class, but not willing to give the class. So, Prabhu, there are 2 things we have to understand here. One is that we have to give. I'm sorry, my battery is running out, so this will go off very soon. So, one of the things is that we have to understand is that we have to quote that 18.69 verse, which is very, very important. And initiated devotees will understand that. Now, the people who are not willing to attend your class, can you please hold on? Let me get my charger, please. 1 minute, hold on. Okay.
Prabhuji, do they attend the other classes or just they stay off from the classes? Because I face this problem in
they attend Prabhu.
Then they will not attend other classes. Only when they are giving the class, they'll be there. So for them, I made a corporate ban that they should attend at least 6 classes to take the 7th class ahead. You know,
they attend other classes. They attend regularly, but they don't come back.
Yeah. So Prabhu, this we have to quote that 18.69. By preaching, you are getting an opportunity to please your Guru and Krishna. And that's the only way to make real progress in devotional life. Without the mercy of Guru Krishna Kripa Paye, Bhakti Lata Bija. So Pranere Bhagyavan. There is a time. So we have to understand that. And the people will have to be told this, that you have to understand this and you have to take it up to preach. They will understand that. See, again, many people have got different types of hesitations for different reasons. We have to be a bit more patient and we'll have to handle them nicely.
Thank you. And Prabhu, one more thing, the practical problems which we are facing, like I'm facing in this group is like, there are some senior devotees who are regular preachers, but we hear that when the new members, when they're attending the program, they feel that there is no metal, and there's no quality, or they're not happy with the way it is being taught. But how to convey to them that they're all senior preachers, regular preachers, and how to convey to them that you have to improve the preaching standard. It is not my cup of tea. Sometimes I feel that whether am I a person to judge and say that Prabhu, you have to improve the preaching standards. Sometimes we also feel, but we get this feedback from the other members. But how to put this forward to them? Because they are not new members. There are senior members, senior devotees regularly preaching. But sometimes we also feel, and many feedback we get from the members, that no, they are not happening. Kuch dam nahi hai preaching. So how to
Prabhu, it happens. These are all very common. For example, some classes are good, some classes are not good. It happens at all levels. Even in my classes, sometimes some of my classes are good, sometimes my classes are not good. It can happen, all these things can happen, So it is so. What to do? There is no solution for this. It's only thing what we have to understand is the person is talking on Krishna, that's all. His person is talking on Krishna and he's talking on Krishna consciousness. So we sit and listen. We are attending not to judge how the person is giving a class, but on the subject matter. Recently, I was in Pune, NVCC, where Adesham Prabhu's, he has set up the temple. So there, Another Prabhu had come to give a class from Bombay. And this Prabhu was giving a class in Hindi. And Radhesham Prabhu was sitting next to me here on the ground along with everybody else and listening. Not that he didn't feel that, array, I'm a big preacher, so I don't want this man. He was not making any judgment, but he was only listening to the Krishna Katha. So this point this is a point I realized when I saw him sitting. And the person who gave a class the class was also an ordinary class. It was not a great class. But still, he listened to it and he was appreciating whatever was going. Slightly diverted from your point, from your question. But the point is this, sometimes the class given by somebody senior may or may not appeal to us sometimes. But still, he is talking on Krishna and we have to keep that in mind, that he is talking the right points. That's all. Sometimes they are impressive, sometimes not impressive. What to do? It doesn't matter.
It happens here, as rightly said, even sometimes I go and sit on classes and mind becomes completely blank. Totally forget what then we blabber something and then I feel the whole day, I feel like, what is it nonsense I spoke? So it's a completely blabbering. I have a notes, I have everything, but mind becomes blank. Totally blank. Nothing, is completely erased. It happens.
Honestly, I'm telling you, after conducting this program, I am also getting that feeling. Was my class, was there any point that I really gave out to you people? Did you find really interesting or not? This question has also come up in my head also now. Because except for a few people, many of the people were very quiet. Many people did not participate in this class. So that question has come in my mind already now. Kuch bhi bol diya, abhi bola, and have they accepted it or they have not accepted it, or they think that they already know it? Kuch effect hai ki nahi hai isme? I don't know really.
No, it is a very practical session. Your classes are always like this. That's why I call you like master of back to basics. Because we forget, because we feel that we know everything. As one of the points you mentioned, for problems of preacher, we cannot preach to them because they think that they know Bhagavad Gita. So that's what, when we are advancing without how to preach, what is that to tell? We know how to preach. So this is the tendency people generally have, but we forget the basic roots. So this is where we have to repair our basic the cause, so that the whole the tree is properly grown. It is wonderful classroom. It is very, very practical session, and we definitely need to have more brainstorming on this to discuss the practical problems we face, so that we can take your guidance and improve our preaching qualities.
But there should be more participation. Participation brings in a lot. Okay, anyway, time factor is also there. All those things are there. People are mentally prepared for 1 hour and you take 2 hours. It doesn't work like that. These are all the efficiency maintained. Yeah. Anybody else? Any other questions anybody has got?
Prabhuji, just since you touched this, actually, most of us who are here all are in the corporate world actually. So corporate world, they inject KPI, key performance indicator, and appraisal, क्या किया ये साल में, what achievement you did. So we are always hammering that, with that appraisals in our mind, all this who all are there in our corporate world. So that same thing, it comes over here also. So how this, we should switch off that, switch on here, something else, not appraisal here again. So this slope, this maintaining that, anything you can give something on that? Any medicines?
Yeah. See, KPI, when you see the KPI, key performance indicators, when you take it up, and also key result areas, both these things come and work. There, everything KPI also will be successful only if there is a monitoring system proper. If there is no proper monitoring system, then that KPI will also fail. Somebody has to really follow it up and see what has been fixed, whether it is, to fix that smart objectives, and then on the basis of smart objectives, how it is. Understand smart objectives, right? Specific, measurable,
achievable,
realistic, and time bound. So we have got those smart objectives fixed, then it is really possible for you to measure it. And same thing can be done here also. For us also, people also, we can do that. But you see the difference between corporate and here is, in corporate, you can force the people to achieve their objectives, everything, because you are dangling a carrot before them. So here, what is the carrot for you? And that carrot is visible short term. Here, what is a carrot? Either some bhag jayega. As a smart object is okay, within this time you have to chant 16 rounds. Within this time you have to complete reading Bhagavad Gita. You have to do your Bhakti Vriksha program. Sorry, you have to get so many people in your Bhakti Vriksha. That is a high pressure Elon Musk Twitter company like Tesla company ho jayega hamara pe. So you can't get into that type of work, you know. There's a slight difference. But yes, there are some good points in that KPIs and this thing, you know, which you can take it up and do it. And you can see how it works. Anything that is available in the material world, in the material universe, whatever can be utilized effectively in your Krishna consciousness, you must. Then it will really work. KPIs also can be used. That's a very good point you have given me now. I will have to start thinking, how do I use that in my activities? Good point.
Thank you.
This is a self KPS, like as you mentioned, one of the point introspection. Before we heard from other preachers also that every Ekadashi is a day of introspection. So KPI for self. Keep not KPI for not for somebody else. KPI for myself. Whether am I advancing in this? Am I overcoming this my deficiencies? So that is a self KPI introspection we do, and once in every 15 days, so that we know where are we in the right track.
This introspection point was brought out by Giri Rani Radha Devi Rasi Maharaj. He's from Krishna Katha Desh or from Mathura Desh?
Mathura Desh. He's from Mathura Desh. He's in Salala.
Very good. Yeah, okay.
Anybody
Actually,
else?
at the beginning of the year or beginning of the sessions, we have to ask them like their own KPIs. At least I should give 4 KPIs in the beginning of the year. And we have to maintain the balanced scorecards like corporate officers. For personal, where I stand, of course, what is my SMART objective? Like a balanced scorecard. I have to achieve this, I only out of 2 by 4, something like that. Personally, and also we can give the same to groups, Bhakti Vriksha groups. Your group, you can fit this and accordingly you can go ahead like that.
We can do it for the initiated disciples and Brahminical initiated disciples. But how do you do this for newcomers? You cannot do it for newcomers.
Newcomers will not pick. We will keep it to that Bhakti Vriksha leaders and saying that you keep this target. When targets are there, we keep to work on that direction. But it is self. Nobody insists him or Bhakti Vriksha leader to put this. He has to have his own ambitions, ambition driven, not force driven.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so we'll end the class here because I've taken a lot of time, or more than 2 hours it has gone. So let's stop it here. Prabhu, thank you very much for being kind enough to welcome me, to invite me for.
Thank you, Prabhu.
I hope it was really helpful for all of you. But again, we'll meet and we'll take up some other topics. Like last month, I had conducted one program, confusion and how to resolve confusion in life. So that program was also very
spiritual life, Prabhu, or material life?
Huh?
Confusion is spiritual life or material life?
Both. Everything. Confusion is confusion. It doesn't matter what it is like. So very interesting it was. That was also. So let's see one of the days next time when we in Baroda. It was physical and both this thing online. That was also a very interesting talk. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thanks a lot to all of you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful class.
Kripa Sindhu Namo Namo.